be sure to let us know. And both players let me know they're ready. So we're going to count them down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we'll start off by getting to know our players. Phloxae on the left gets the pushdown point, wants to avoid the tie. Very, very brilliant strategy. Now, Phloxae did go to CTWC this last year, made top 48. Went to CT UK last year, made top 8. And CT Austria in 2025, top 8 there as well. As far as other Tetris matches, take a quick look-see here. Phloxae came on in 2024. That was August 2024 at CT UK, lost to Gunter in that one, but since then has been a fairly regular player. Lots of CTL. Started in Div 4B, has gone all the way up to the top of the peak at CTL Div 1. And last year at CTWC, lost to Heps 3-1 in that first round. And outside of Tetris, I can let you know that Phloxae is also into Minecraft and, let's see here, I got to make sure I get my acronyms right. Doki Doki Literature Club. That's what I thought it was. I wanted to make sure. And their favorite movie would be Magnolia, and favorite TV show, probably Mr. In Between. I will admit, I have seen neither of those, so I'll take your word on how awesome they are. But we're 40 lines in, 189,000 for Phloxae, 194,000 for SV. We're very close here as we're getting a third of the way to level 19. And we got some pretty solid Tetris rates. And we got a raid coming in. Dan, Mr. 20 Dan 03, Party of 2. Welcome to CTL Toasty Tuesday. We've got what's sure to be a good matchup. We've got Phloxae on the left. We've got SV on the right. And we've got a difference in score of less than a Tetris. Kingsman letting us know he's got a Pepsi Zero. Now, you can believe this or you can choose to not believe it. I'm one of those weird people. I don't drink caffeine. Yes, that means no coffee. Yes, that means no pop or soda for you godless heathens that refuse to call it pop like a Minnesotan would. But yeah, managed to cut it out years ago and haven't looked back. Now, these scores are looking pretty solid. 335 for Phloxae, 358k for SV, about 75 lines in. As SV throws down another Tetris, followed by another one. So the game is generous with the long bars at this point. Let's hope that pattern continues all the way through. But to this point, SV somewhat comfortably holding on to this 2 Tetris lead. Phloxae not able to cut into it, but SV not really able to extend upon it either. They've been getting Tetrises at about the same rate for the past, 20, 30 lines or so. But now getting Z-bursted, at least SV is at the point where he's getting Z-bursted. That is a lot of Z pieces, and he's had to put some on top of that right well. Not what you want to see when you're passing the turn and coming up on level 19. It's looking a little better on Phloxae's side of things. She's got that board brought down. Not quite Tetris ready, but getting close to it. And as we approach level 19, 554k for SV, 505,000 for Phloxae. And that lead for SV is indeed a true one, despite the difference in lines. It's only about 5 right now. It's still a difference, but it's also still a true lead for SV, as he's got one more Tetris before the transition. And he is taking a page out of Mark's playbook, going for the left, well, gets the Tetris, 603,000 into level 19. Phloxae has one more she can get. This will be about a 568,000 if she gets it right now. But that is a bizarre looking hang right there. And she's just going to have to negotiate around that. 556k into level 19. And now we make our way towards level 29. SV, meanwhile, remains committed to that left well Tetris. We'll see how long he decides to stick with that setup. As Phloxae's board is not where she wants it to be. I don't know. She hangs a long bar. She's going to top out 564,000 for her. SV's got enough at 674k, and he takes game number 1, 2, 1. Tetris. And SV pointing out, he also made some questionable decisions in the latter part of that game, and he almost paid for it as well. But he managed to get the W in game 1. We'll see if that happens again in game 2, or if Phloxae will come back to even it up at 1 apiece. And if you haven't heard it from me yet today, you're going to hear it now. Hit up that Matcherino. That's your Division 1 prize pool. We want to make sure that these players get something for everything that they do. So click the link. Kingsman letting us know there are 5, count them, 5 codes left. And how are there still 5 codes left? I would love to see us get down to 0 codes left. So head over to Matcherino, click that claim code button, or, if you so desire, make a direct contribution. Don't let me tell you what to do. But we're going to get to know SV in just a little moment here as he's up not dangerously high, but higher than he'd like to be. But he's going to get this board brought down, I think. Set up for a dirty column 2 Tetris. Just waiting for the long bar. Still waiting for that long bar. Still waiting for that long bar, and he tops out. 102,000 for SV. He tops out early, waiting for that long bar, and Phloxae is good for game number 2. We're 1 Tetris. Now, perhaps, we could introduce ourselves to SV. His Tetris journey started in April of 2021, lost to Dan V in a Tetris friendly, went out to CTWC Europe, and then came to CTWC in 2021, played in the silver bracket. In that one, played Aizen Anthony, but then lost to Josh Tolles. And then came back in 2023, beat Cobalt in the first round, then lost to Dog in the second. In 2024, he played Ansel and Laser, beating both 3-1 before, you guessed it, losing to Dog once again. And then this past year, oh no, as I was reading off some info on SV, Phloxae has an early top out, and SV is good to go. He now leads 2 games to 1, 2, 1 Tetris. And welcome to this TNP Beginner Division matchup where the goal is to get past 20 lines. Only kidding, of course. We've just had a couple of unfortunate early top outs, and now things get interesting as SV is up 2 games to 0, or 2 games to 1, excuse me. And we'll see what happens here. Oh no, not like this. All right, Okay, that was a close one there. Phloxae manages to get the board brought down. It was looking scary for a minute. And Adam, you don't encourage me. You're validating my joke here. Oh, but man, we're still early on. Hey, we made it past 20 lines. Congratulations. We are moving forward in this one. Good morning, Cobra. Good to see you. And it was good to see you as you made that surprise appearance over there in Milwaukee. Yeah. Yes, Game 5 is today. Wild and Stars Game 5 will be happening. And we'll see what happens in this one as Phloxae gets the T-Tuck, gets the Tetris, 155,000 to 169,000 for SV. That's another hey now right there. Adam, get this. They have just passed 40 lines. So it's getting really serious here. And Adam is enjoying this momentous occasion as we are nearly halfway to level 19 in SV Phloxae game. SV setting up this dirty Tetris. Gonna try and keep that well open as long as he can. Gets the long bar, gets the dirty column 8 Tetris as part of a simul Tetris on top of it. But at the moment, it is Phloxae with that slight lead. 292 to 271,000. We are halfway to level 19. But back to hockey talk, because I know that's what you all are here for. The Minnesota Wild, the Dallas Stars, game number 5 is coming to you live in 23 minutes on ESPN2 for those of you that are hockey partakers. And for whatever my opinion is worth, which is not much, I gotta believe whoever takes this game 5 will end up taking the series in that one. Well, if we're not getting paid for this promotion, Adam, we should be. But Phloxae is still holding on to this lead, 386,000 to 332,000. It's 2 Tetrises and some change. And a Tetris for SV. And Sebi, you might want to ask for royalties on that one, especially if Adam's going to be using it on stream. See what you can do about that. But we are about to hit the turn. 455K for Phloxae, 402,000 for SV. Still holding on to that lead of just over 2 Tetrises. Okay, hold on, 3-2s. Hold on, 3-2s. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Baby steps. Let's get to transition, then we can talk about what happens after that. Oh, thank you so much, chat. You understood the assignment. Love to see it. We are coming up on level 19. 547K for Phloxae, 516,000 for SV. Still a lead for her as we are coming up on the transition. 3 more Tetrises for her available as long as she doesn't take any burns. 1 burn means 1 less Tetris. SV is down to his final one. Here he gets it. 547,000 into level 19. Meanwhile, Phloxae, 2 more Tetrises are available. There's one. 617,000 the score. And she's set up for that final one. As long as she doesn't take a burn, which she will not, it's a 641K transition. Here we go. Level 19 speeds. 50% faster than what you just witnessed. All right, now it looks like maybe a bit of a drought forming here. SV just going to go ahead, burn this board down, gets a Tetris, 633k to 691k. Phloxae now into level 20, about a dozen lines behind SV in the sequence. But she does get that right well open, gets a Tetris, now over 700,000. A tremendous pace for her into level 21. I mean, she's already on track. She's already on track for a max out. Let's see what more she can do as SV's going to get a Tetris of his own. 719,000. And SV on track for a 1.1 by kill screen. Phloxae on track for a little more than that. Let's see what that number ends up turning into. That is going to be a, let me see here, a 1.24. That's what she's on track for. Heading towards level 29. We'll see if she can maintain this torrid pace. You see that 82% Tetris rate on the bottom. SV with still a very respectable 70, but when you're going up against someone who has a 900,000 on level 23, it can pale a little bit in comparison. But 949k to 904,000. SV takes a burn on the left, takes another, trying to keep that left well open because he's got a long bar dependency there. And he's going to get that dirty Tetris. That's 4 rows off the bottom. 945k for him, 987k for Phloxae. Just a Tetris away from a max out here on level 25. But not getting the long bar. This is a 30-piece drought for her, and still going. We like it. Still going for Energizer batteries, but not for droughts like that. 37 pieces, but she gets the Tetris and the max out. Meanwhile, SV at 971,000. He's got one more Tetris available for the kill screen, so he can get a Killtris. But with that hang of the S, I don't know that it's going to happen. And it looks like he's just going to try and get this board down to safety. 980k into 29. And now he's just taking it all the way down. We'll probably just look to reset and play for a better fortune in level 30 and beyond. Meanwhile, Phloxae gets a Tetris 1.14. And goes in at 1.147. A very solid score into the kill screen. Gets the Tetris. She's at 1.186. SV at 1.018. He's on 31. She's on 29. And now it's a race to the super kill screen or the double kill screen. Both work. But oh no, Phloxae's going to top out. SV, oh no, and SV hangs the log bar right as she tops out. Oh my goodness. 1.19 to 1.02. Phloxae takes it. We're going to a decider of everybody. 2, 1, Tetris. And as far as this decider goes, obviously somebody has to win. A victory here might get one of these players out of the danger zone in Div 1. But I did mention that these two have played thrice before. Let's take a look at how this series has gone so far. The first time they met was back in March of last year. That was at CTWC Austria. SV won that one 3-0. They also met at CTUK last year. And that was also a 3-0 victory for SV. They met back in February as well for CTL Season 32. That time in Division 1A, and SV won that 3-1. So your item of note is that for the first time in the history of the series, Phloxae has won 2 games in a match against SV. But she's looking for more than that. She wants to get her first victory ever against SV when this is all said and done. Yes, first victory ever against SV. Right now, Phloxae going through that drought that SV went through earlier. Manages to get the Tetris. 92,000 for Phloxae. 150, make it 173,000 for SV. Gets the Toastress. We're 40 lines in on this game number 5. And your other fun fact, that CTL game last season was streamed by none other than Adam Irish, who is in the chat right now. Shoutouts to Adam. Your CTL Season 32 Best Restreamer Award winner. Excuse me. That must be the trained seal you have typing on your keyboard. My mistake. But right now, SV is taking a lead of substance here, 271,000 to 145,000. But probably should also let you all know that SV is 10 lines ahead in the sequence. So that is a factor. But still a true lead as you look at those Tetris rates, 32% for Phloxae, 70% for SV. Phloxae still up top, trying to get this board brought down. Meanwhile, SV is clean, but facing an unfortunate drought here and not able to capitalize on the situation that Phloxae has found herself in until just now. SV gets the Tetris on the board. 394K for SV, 196,000 for Phloxae. And I didn't think anyone would take Adam literally when he said 300K transition. But we'll see how this plays out. We've got about 35 lines until we hit level 19. Now, SV, he's got a T-Tuck setup. Manages to get that in. That was beautiful. And he's going to get rewarded with the Tetris. Now up by 10 Tetrises, and he is going for more. Sets up the Vits. And now this is looking like a vintage Toast Vits. Why is that, you say? Because he needed a 19-piece drought to wait for that long bar, but of course doesn't have to wait long for that one. Gets the Vits, gets the Tetris. And with one more to go before level 19, SV sitting at 559,000. Phloxae is at 295,000. She's also at 112 lines, so she's got a bit more runway to work with over here. She throws down a Tetris, now over 300,000 at 343K. SV goes into 19 at 583,000. Sitting on a lead of about 9 Tetrises, but there's a lot of game left. We've seen wild stuff happen tonight. So I'm not jumping to any conclusions. I don't care what the scoreboard says. Phloxae does get that final long bar. She is in at 391,000. SV setting up for what appears to be a column 3 Tetris. Now we'll see how long that long bar takes to show up. And of course, right when it shows up, that's when he has to put weight on the well. Unfortunate sequence of events, but he does get the column 3 Tetris. Meanwhile, Phloxae is set up, ready for a Tetris of her own. She'll get it. They'll both get it, actually. It's a simul Tetris. 467,000 for Phloxae, 720,000 for SV, who, by the way, is on to level 22 compared to Phloxae, who just got to level 21. And she's doing her best to fight back. At one point down by double-digit Tetrises, Phloxae has managed to cut it down to about 8. So slowly but surely chipping away at that advantage as SV sets up an aggressive leftward Vitz in column number 6. He gets the long bar and the Tetris on top of it. Yeah, Adam, absolutely right. Disgusting Vitz from SV. We got to be careful. A Vitz that disgusting might get us banned from Twitch. I'm not sure how the community standards work on that one. But right now, 873K for SV, 694,000 for Phloxae. He has almost cut this lead in half, gallantly fighting, trying to stay alive here in game number 5. As SV also having to do some burning. He's got that column 4 open, ready for a Tetris, waiting for a long bar. 37 pieces later, it finally shows up, and that's a Tetris for him. Make no bones about it, Phloxae is fighting. She may need some level 29 play to make this happen, but she has just done great work bringing this deficit down under 4 Tetrises. More than half of that lead has disappeared for SV. Just depends on what happens from here and beyond. Maybe we get some magic on the kill screen. You never know. Meanwhile, SV has managed to get the max out. 1.01 million for him. 858,000 for Phloxae. Into the kill screen he goes. And he'll try to get this board manageable and brought down and to a spot where he can throw down some kill screen Tetrises. Meanwhile, Phloxae has one more. Nope, I take that back. No more Tetrises available for her, but she goes in at 907,000. So this kill screen lead for SV is about 120,000 points, and in a decider, no less. So SV's board is clean. Phloxae's board is not. She hangs a couple pieces, and that's going to be a top out. That's going to be a GG's. SV has taken this one in a decider, 3-2. So GG's to both of you. We'll let SV mullen this bad boy out, and then we shall move forward. He's got the 1.2 on level 34. Less than 50 lines to go until that super kill screen. And Phloxae the chat saying that 19 was actually really good, but that might be the worst 18 ever. I would concur. You did a great job of just eating away bit by bit at SV's lead. And I thought you could have made a run for it at the end there. But meanwhile, SV, he's got a 1.2. He's got the win. Congratulations to SV. A winner is you.
Hydrant missing a 5-tap. And he misses another one. He's going to be done. Couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, but they overshift. And that's it. We'll take game number 2. Is not going to get the 5-tap. And he's going to be done at 1,090,000. Oh, you're in a chase down. You need a 91. And season 31.